What's going on, everybody? The TheGameHuntah channel with another episode of Civilization Revolution 2, Churchill's England, strategy guide, or whatever we're gonna call it. I'm not really sure yet. So we're getting close to get the invention. So far, the maps looks under control until now. Okay, we got some really nasty neighbors, as you guys remember. We got the Zulu, we got the French. We got the French, right? Yes. And we got also the Egyptian. So we got the advantage that we have the metallurgic, so we can build some cannons if it's necessary. So far, I'm just trying to get my city going because they all have access to dye. So the idea is to get them going as soon as possible, so we can. Nice, color love. Okay. Yes, we are going for probably. Damn, the science research is really fast at this point. Not really sure what we should get at this point, but as you guys can see, the fact that I have access to dye increase my research big time. Okay, so we're gonna try to go for university. Let's try to continue bumping that area, so we can get ahead in technology, and then we can decide what to do. Then we can decide we're gonna continue for the technology race. We can switch back to monarchy and get some, try to go for the cultural victory, or we can just continue and attacking the neighbors, right? And just go for a domination victory. We'll see. We'll see. For now, I'm just trying to expand as much as I can. As I mentioned in my previous videos, it's really important in Civilization 2. The expansion you have to is it's not as critical as in Revolution 1, but in 2 the maps are so small that you have to do it as soon as possible, or you won't be able to find any good spots, right? Get some more cannons going. That Gallet is doing an awesome job so far. It's been helping me so much. Trying to find another location. Maybe I can put another settler in here. It's not that terrible after all. I mean, I got access to fish. I got some basic production, and have dye also, right? So that's what we want. Take advantage of that. As with every civilization, the key is to try to take advantage of your bonuses, right? There's some civilization that get like the Egyptian, they get extra trading from the desert tiles. The German, they get more production from the forest, and you know, the Russian had also a bonus regarding this. If I'm not wrong, Spain got extra production from hills. So try to think in that when you're planning to expand. Okay, I was kind of lucky that I got a lot of expansions with dye, but in general, try to think and look at those resources and possible bonuses in the field. Ooh, hold on a second. What are we gonna get here? Interesting. Yes, that's an easy one. Let's go back to nice. +1 science in each city. Wow, this is really doing great. And now we render the great library is completely obsolete. Thank you. I'm sure my neighbors don't like it. Probably my neighbors hate me by now, but all right, we gotta switch to democracy to get a bonus. We are researching gunpowder. Gunpowder is critical. We got some riflemen, and then it's almost game over, I will say. So far, I haven't feel the pressure of playing in Emperor for the first time. I thought the game is going to be a lot more complicated, but well, we're still playing it, so I have no idea what's going to be the final outcome for this game. But usually, well, you guys are familiar with my Civilization Revolution videos, and And you notice that the computer is really aggressive when we play deity. I don't know, it's because it's an emperor, but emperor is not a lower difficulty. It's not a low difficulty, so. But anyway, let's continue, and then probably by the end of this video we can have a quick, we can have a real good perspective of how this game is in terms of difficulty and everything. Let's go. See, we got democracy and we got a grain scientist. Great, great. You see all those extra missions that you have to research. You have to do it as soon as possible. You get some nasty bonuses. In this case, we got a great scientist, which is great. I mean, I know you guys might probably think, oh, she's gonna use it for, I don't know, combustion. Who knows? Maybe I will, but that's something that we will decide later. For now, we're just gonna probably hold in here. I don't know. Gunpowder 5. Still okay. Steam power 4, so we can have access to cruisers. We're just gonna pass this turn and then we'll decide. Okay, we have an army of big men in this area, so I probably would be a good idea to stop doing defensive units in there, trying to go for something more useful, like the library or something. Especially we have die, right? It's a no-brainer. Ooh. Damn, this has been the most amazing galley in the history of the galleys, right? I was able to explore pretty much all this area. I was able to expand really fast with my settlers. It's all about expansion. I've been saying that many times. So, the topic of conversation of this video is gonna be, what do you think so far Civilization 2 is missing? What else you guys probably would expect it to have in this game? The graphics, like I say, is a big improvement from the Civilization Revolution for iOS, the first one, to this one, because the first one was really not so great in graphics. This one really looks like a revolution from the consoles. So I guess that is fine, but I don't know. There is something else that you guys probably... Oh, let me clarify something, because something posted a comment and I wasn't able to find a comment to reply. But yeah, I mentioned, I believe it's in my first video, I mentioned that the special units have special bonuses. No, wrong. I did a research, okay, I verified that was a wrong information that I got for the web, so that's why I'm trying to, I don't like getting information from the web. I'm trying to find my own information, try it for myself, and yeah, when I was, it was a misleading information. There is not extra bonuses for special units, okay? So, just to let you know, fellas, that is something that probably I would love to have in a game like this. But because of the gameplay is so fast compared with the Civilization 5 on 4 and 3, that I believe that if you have a early unit, for example the Zulu, I think it's called the Impy Warrior. If you have the Impy Warrior with extra damage or something like that, that would be a little bit unfair at the beginning, because the maps are so small, you can't do much about it, right? I mean, a lot of people are gonna start rushing the enemies. So I believe just to try to keep the game as balanced as possible, that's why they decide not to include it. But that is one of the things that I would love to see in a game like this. I mean, special units, that will be one. Number 2, well, I know we're missing the workers. I mean, remember in Civilization 1 we used to have the animation of the workers working every tile. Yeah, that would be that would be cool. I know it's like a waste in graphics or animation, probably. I know, I understand, but still, remember, there's something that I missed from Civilization Revolution 1. And what else? I don't know, probably more leaders, maybe change a little bit. I know there's been a lot of big leaders on history. Yeah, well, I know these one are probably some of the most well known, but I was hoping to see some other leaders in this game, at least. But I know there is some leaders that they're never gonna put it in a game like this, because this one, like I say, is like a more like an arcade version of Civilization games in general. But it's gonna be really difficult to see a game like this, because I remember somebody asked me once, said, why they don't put Stalin or Hitler in a game like this, and I don't know, it would be a little bit controversial, I guess, and Sid Meier probably doesn't want to get involved in all that part, and I don't blame him. So, but there are some other leaders that probably could be part of this game, right? Post ideas, post in your comment. What are the other big leaders you would love to see in a Civilization game? Revolution, especially because in Civilization 4 and 5 and 3, they are a bunch. Trust me, they're a bunch. Probably from Civilization that a lot of people don't even know that exists. So, but anyway, let's continue again with England. Churchill. So far, the whole basic setup that I did, how to expand real quick, how to get access to die as soon as possible. That helped me a lot. Right now I have some decent. The production is not really clear in this map. I don't know, the hub. I'm missing information on the screen. Sometimes when I get into the information of one city, I can't see exactly what is the production of science real clear. I know you can, but for some reason I don't find it accurate. It's kind of weird. It's just kind of hard to explain. But only in this screen is when you see how much money you have. 268. We have that's the total money that we have. 167 is the production of science. And of course we got combustion. Tanks are gonna start rolling. And that's what I say. I mean, I believe the game is a little bit fast. This is just the third episode of this Churchill England saga. We already have tanks, so I don't know if it's the fact that I'm using England really well to get access to die on the monarchy and everything, but for some reason I feel that the game is moving extremely fast. So now we're just gonna start building some riflemen and tanks, and we're gonna probably try to roll over Cleo, because she's always a pain in the neck, right? It's probably a good idea to get rid of her right away before all my cities start getting flipped, you know, because of their culture so advanced. That they can probably finish. Ooh, +2 air attack +2 unit attacks. This is really interesting because I can use the fighters a lot better than in previous game. I don't remember using the fighters that much in the Revolution one, unless my enemy is just pumping bombers like crazy. But otherwise, I don't use it. Why do I need to waste my time with fighters if I can use just a good group core of artillery, tanks, I don't know, modern infantry, riflemen? Again, there is a lot of units that I believe in this game they get obsolete too fast. That won't be the topic of this video. That will be the topic probably the next one. But I believe that is one of the problems with this Civilization Revolution games 1 and 2. The technologies, they just get obsolete really fast. I mean, I really didn't have a chance to use the catapult, right? I didn't use my pigman for anything. It's like you're missing a lot of pieces of history just because the game is too fast. But again, that's, I guess, the idea, right? To have quick game, even when you still can be playing for hours if you play against some good players on in daily difficulty. It's not something that you can finish in 2 seconds. But still, I believe that I don't know. I hope there is a way to change that. Probably change the speed of the game, like in the other Civilization games that you can play in epic speed or marathon speed. But that won't make any sense because the map is really small, so that will only make just a bunch of I don't know, warriors all over the place. It will be kind of messy. I'm not really sure if that will work out very well. To be quite honest, this is really a good balanced version for mobile devices, and probably that was the idea since Civilization Revolution 1, just testing. I guess they had the formula. So guys, continue in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, like my videos, comment, please, comments. That's the only way I know what I'm doing is right or not. Take it easy, fellas.